I think everyone is aware of what has happened in Afghanistan and how the Taliban has taken control of the country. Taliban needs a lot of money to govern a country with a population of more than 38 million people. Afghanistan's yearly budget was 5.5 billion US dollars before they took power, although the figure appears small when compared to India's military budget for 2020-21, which was 65 billion US dollars. But still, 5.5 billion US dollars is a significant amount for the Taliban, as reports say that the US has already frozen 9.5 billion US dollars in assets belonging to Afghan central bank, preventing the Taliban from accessing the funds. We can assume that the Taliban has already lost money equal to 2 years worth of annual budget. We have already discussed how Taliban makes money, but that money is not enough. So the question arises as to how the Taliban will raise funds. Here China comes into the picture. Yes, China, Taliban's new ally, or you can say their new best friend.
The Taliban working on an economic comeback, but not without some help. A Taliban spokesman reportedly telling an Italian newspaper the group will be relying on financial help from China, saying, quote, China is our most important partner.
China has already announced 31 million US dollars of aid to Afghanistan, which will include grains, winter supplies, and 3 million COVID vaccines. So China is now providing financial assistance to the Taliban, and it is clear that China is not doing it for charity. They're definitely getting something in return. So in this video we will talk about China's intention in Taliban-ruled Afghanistan, as well as the challenges China may encounter in pursuing their goals. Let us begin with China's flagship project, the Belt and Road Initiative, which is a collection of Chinese ports intended to increase trade, economic growth, and regional integration by connecting China to Asian, African, and European nations via land and marine networks. A 91-kilometer border exists between China and Afghanistan. Although the border is small, it is highly important. Afghanistan is in a very good geographical position for China, because Afghanistan is China's gateway to Central Asia and the Middle East, especially Iran. China and Iran recently signed a cooperation agreement in which China will invest 400 million US dollars over the next 25 years, and in exchange, Iran will supply oil and natural gas to China. When it comes to Iran and the Taliban, they have one thing in common. They both dislike US interference. However, there are several issues. Iran is predominantly Shia, whereas the Taliban is a Sunni group. Iran doesn't want to attract militants from Afghanistan to its own country. In addition, if too many Shia Muslims from Afghanistan move to Iran, Iran may face a refugee problem. Instability in Afghanistan and Sunni militancy all present Iran with a strategic problem it did not anticipate. When it comes to the Middle East in general, it is a source of oil and natural gas for China. China may transport resources via land instead of just a sea, which is closely monitored by the Quad Group, which comprises the United States, India, Japan, and Australia. For China, Afghanistan is a big market and an ideal location for investment. China could help the Taliban in their infrastructure development. However, there is a catch. There are no highways linking Afghanistan and China, and building one would take a long time and a lot of money. So what now? Instead, China will utilize its multi-billion-dollar CPEC project, which links Pakistan and China. China can access Kabul via Peshawar using CPEC. Because the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor extends to the Gwadar port, which is also sponsored by China, Afghanistan will be able to access the Indian Ocean. China, on the other hand, has to face some challenges. The Chinese will enter Afghanistan via the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province. This region is involved in several armed conflicts involving a range of terror groups. This region is extremely dangerous, especially for China. Watch this news clip by WION to understand why.
9 Chinese workers have been killed and 28 others injured in Pakistan after a blast ripped through a bus carrying the Chinese workers, plunging the vehicle down a ravine in northwestern Pakistan's Khyber Pakhtunkhwa region. The bus was carrying Chinese engineers, surveyors and mechanical staff to the Dasu Dam construction site. The security of Chinese workers has long been an issue of concern in Pakistan. A large number of Chinese workers are based in Pakistan to supervise and build infrastructure projects. Often they have been targeted by separatists and extremists who say locals see little benefit, with most jobs going to outsiders.
China is also interested in exploiting Afghanistan's mineral wealth. Afghanistan's rare earth metals are estimated to be worth $1 trillion to $3 trillion. Minerals such as copper, gold, oil, natural gas, uranium, lithium, iron ore, and others are found in Afghanistan. China already has a stronghold on the worldwide rare earth market. Afghanistan, according to a few studies, contains a lot of lithium. Rechargeable batteries for electric devices and automobiles contain lithium. Guess who is world's biggest EV market and world's largest lithium battery manufacturer? The answer is China. This isn't the first time China has shown interest in Afghanistan's resources. In 2000s, China's state-owned company, Metallurgical Corporation of China Limited, won a nearly $3 billion bid to mine copper near Kabul's Mes Ainak. Due to a series of delays caused by security concerns, it hasn't achieved anything great. Now that the Taliban is in charge, China expects this scenario to change. China is exploiting the Uyghur Muslims in Xinjiang, which might result in a resurgence of ETIM, East Turkestan Islamic Movement. China is worried that the situation in Afghanistan could threaten the stability of Xinjiang, and in particular, it is worried that the Taliban-controlled areas could become an external stronghold for the separatist forces. Using financial and economic aid, China wants to make sure that the Taliban does not interfere in China's internal affairs. China's military goals in Afghanistan are hard to overlook. Afghanistan could be a potential market for Chinese guns and ammunition in the future. Nikki Haley, the United States former UN representative, has stated that China may take over the Bagram Air Force facility, which Pakistan might use against India. This airfield was the largest military base in Afghanistan for the United States, so you can imagine how well equipped it is. All of the above is only achievable if Afghanistan is stable, if not economically, at least politically. However, Afghanistan's stability is in doubt due to the possibility of a civil war. One thing we must remember is that there are numerous groups in Afghanistan and the Taliban is one of them. ISIK, who is responsible for the Kabul airport blast, is also one of the group who wants to control Afghanistan. So to sum up, there are several opportunities for China and Afghanistan, but there are also numerous problems. At this point, problems in my opinion are outscoring possibilities. In Afghanistan, at least one foreign power is constantly present. It started with the British, then the Soviet Union, then the United States, and now it's China. All three of the previous countries had negative experiences. So we will have to wait and see what happens with China. There is a well-known saying, it is too easy to enter Afghanistan but too tough to exit. Thank you for watching our video. We have already made a video on how Taliban makes money and what are China's interests in Middle East. Please do check out those videos.